Pew, 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 pew. Hey, it's me. A wee bit under the weather, but that's okay. I am once again asking for your attention. This is a solo dolo episode, an artist like me, which I said I would do in the last one because this is the weekend after the play. Yes, this past weekend, the play that I wrote and directed and produced went up and came down, and people loved it. And what's great about that is that I love people, so it seems that we're all on the right track with giving each other what we want, need, and deserve. I honestly have not been able to really process any of it because while I was doing that, there's so many things that I put on the back burner, like my taxes, which I did file for an extension on. I went to an accountant last year. I'm going to go to an accountant this year, and I think that my taxes will only continue to get more and more and more confusing as the years go by. But yeah, I have not been able to really process any of it, just such a head spin. But inside, like my body can totally feel what an accomplishment that is and what I've done and how exciting that is. And sometimes it's hard to just kind of sit down and be like, yeah, you did it, girlfriend. You did something very cool and you should be proud of yourself. But a lot of people were saying that they were really proud of me and that helps as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all my friends who came from out of state. Thank you to my family. Thank you to everyone. I'm just so happy to have like such a great support system. And thank you to the strangers that came. Thank you to my amazing, fantastic cast. I want to say their names here because I just think that it's good to memorialize things. Memorialize things, document things in many various different forms. So Twyla Hatt, Skylar Shane, Petra McGregor, Catherine Taylor, Daniel Herrerias, Nick Kearney. Thank you guys so much. Marilisa Kroon, my stage manager, thank you guys so much. I'll never be able to say thanks as many times as like I feel is necessary. I'm gonna go in a few different directions. I did actually write something down today, but now that I'm thinking about this cast, I do want to talk about some things. One person, I think it was Petra's parents, had said to me, "Are you just insanely lucky or a brilliant casting director?" Because again, this cast really is brilliant, and it's a little bit of both. I will say, of course, it's a luck that just all these people came out from where they came out of. I mean, Skylar and I are friends who met each other earlier this year. Petra is someone that I did a random short with, like, 3 years ago probably now, and we're not friends, we don't talk or anything, but she just came to mind to help me with the table read, and after she did that, I just thought, "Okay, well, I need her." And then everyone else I found on the internet, including the stage manager, so it is luck, but, Catherine and Danny were both talking about how thought that they, like, bombed their auditions, and I loved them from the second that happened. They're like, "Oh, either because 'cause they're running late or they just weren't their best selves, like, how do you still kind of see through that?" And if anyone's listening to this and they're just thinking about casting or also just curious about that process, one thing that I continue to say is that, of course, the talent is important or whatever, even though I think everyone kinda has their own different styles of acting, and it's all really, I don't wanna use the word valid, but like, if you have, like, a little tick, I think it adds to this is just your signature style. But a big part of it is also who do I think that I'm going to want to spend a lot of time with in the next few weeks, the next few months, because that is super, super important. You could have the most talented, brilliant person ever, but they suck and it brings down the morale of the cast and no one wants to get together, no one wants to create something beautiful. You can have someone who maybe doesn't have as much experience as everyone else, but is a joy and a pleasure to be around and is just going to learn from all the other brilliant people that they are around and it's just going to create this great environment and everyone's going to bounce off of each other. So it's about, of course, who I think that I'm going to want to personally spend time with for the next few months, but also who I think this group is that's going to really enjoy spending time together for the next few months, who's going to, um, and you don't always build a bond, but who is going to build that bond together, who is at least just going to tolerate that bond together, who's going to bring out the best in each other. And I think primarily how I see these things is I just, have a lot of friends, and I just love people, and this is not in, like, a braggadocious way or anything. I I've curated my friends, I feel, but in, like, a good way, like, there are people that I've met once or whatever, and I've just thought, "Wow, I think this person will just be so great to be around. I think that we both would be great for each other." And I'm always very intentional about making these friendships. I'm like, "Hey, we should do this." I know people say, like, making friends as an adult is hard, but I'm a pusher, Katie. I push people. No, I'm definitely down to just say, "Hey, let's do this at this time." I like to make plans. I like to get in there. And most of the people that I have met and then thought, "Wow, I think that we're gonna be great friends," we've gone on to be great friends. We're still great friends. I have friendships that have lasted decades. Obviously, it's, like, a little different because 'cause I'm 31, it's, like, decades. Okay, since you were 10, not so much choice in that matter, but also I don't think so. I was a very hard-headed 10-year-old. But anyways, that's a huge part of what the casting process was like for me. All different kinds of people, all just fun, all down to make something interesting and cool, easy to get along with. All about the vibes. But anyways, like I was saying, the feeling of accomplishing something great is definitely swirling inside of me, even though my brain has not fully wrapped around it because I have a long list of to-do chores to get through, including this is planning week at work, so that's actually been and next week is well, this is pre-planning week, which basically feels like planning, and then next week is official planning week and whatever. Anyways, like I said, it's definitely on the inside. I feel it in my body because Friday night, I was crying on the way going home, like, once I was in the car by myself, and then I was, like, laying in bed watching the Lady Gaga Coachella live stream, just tears flowing down my face, and I'm just thinking, "I'm so proud of her, I'm so proud of Lady Gaga," because I do love her, and you could tell that she was having so much fun. I feel that way about artists a lot, especially musicians. I just love when I'm like, "Wow, you can tell that they're having so much fun." That's the most that's the most important thing to me. I'm just like, are they having a good time? So that's sometimes why I feel like I can't see some artists live. Maybe if they've been touring nonstop, I just think, okay, but have they had like a balanced meal? Have they had any rest? It feels sad to see them. But Gaga on that Coachella live stream was freaking killing it. And then before the show, the next day, so Saturday morning, a couple friend of mine I've known for wow, years now, probably since 2014. And I remember when they first got together. But anyway, they called and asked if I would officiate their wedding, and I burst into tears. Like you would have thought that they were proposing to me and like asking for my hand in marriage 'cause I was just letting that stuff flow. It just kept coming out. However, I am a big crier in general. I'm just it will just come out. I don't know. I think that's fine. Like oftentimes in public, I'll someone's doing something or whatever, and I have to tell them like, okay, please stop because whatever you're doing or saying to me, it's going to make me start crying. And I think sometimes when they'll say like, it's okay, let it out, they think that maybe I'm repressing tears because maybe I just am repressed or whatever, or I think it's not okay to cry. But it's actually because I think they don't understand that once I do let it out, I just can't stop. Like the tears just go, go, go. The nose will drip. I will just be like hard of breath. Like, I am a sobber. Like it just and I don't also want to really cry in public. And again, it's not because I'm ashamed. It's because I just don't want to. But anyways, um, one time, and this was not in public. This was like a or a duo experience, a tete-a-tete. Once I was apologizing for crying to someone, like, over something that was, like, particularly overwhelming, like, this was not a happy cry, this was a, "There's so much going on, and I have no way to I have no form of releasing this except for crying." And, of course, like, was told not to apologize, and then as he wiped my tears with his fingers away from my face, he says, "You're just leaky." Which is such a sweet thing to say and true. Like, what I'm gonna hold on to that for forever because I like that, and I am leaky. That's it. Some people are just more leaky than others, and the thing is once you release that little valve, it just will keep going. I'm leaky. I do cry a lot. Maybe not a lot, probably more than some people, less than others, right? Maybe an average amount, maybe an above average, but definitely not crying every single day. However, I am often crying, and the source of these tears is often just about marveling at how lucky I am. Like, I'm always crying these happy tears. And maybe as I get more into it, I'm not gonna cry on the pod, but I am thinking about it. But I'm always just marveling about how lucky I am and how lucky we all are. Like, it is not lost on me at all how many stars had to align just for me to be born to my parents in the place that I was born and to walk the path that I've walked and just to be surrounded by so many incredible people. Like, that is just unbelievable to me. Like, truly, truly unbelievable. Like, take in for a moment how much life is a game of luck. Give me a minute. Take it in. But seriously, game of luck. Like I said, parents that you're born to, where you're born, time period that you're born in, like, it was just born in like the past. No, I actually think that right now is the perfect time for me to have been born because there was no Lady Gaga in 1986, and I do like the 80s. I like Queen, obviously, there's all these things, but I love Lady Gaga. I'm happy to be alive now. I know so many incredible people, and on top of that, like, I get to give them so much love, and I get to get so much love from them. That is so crazy. So crazy. Like, I'm so grateful every single day. Even when I'm having a bad day, I'm having a good day. I'm having a great day, actually. I feel like my life is this constant gratitude journal. Like, the support from my friends and nearby, and the texts and the calls from my friends all around the world offering their support and saying how proud they are of me. Like, that is crazy. It is crazy that we're all here and floating on this rock and have met each other. And we really can't forget it. I hope that everyone listening to this can take a minute and just think about how blessed and lucky you are, even when things seem really, really bleak. Um, but I want for nothing. If all I ever have for the rest of my life is what I have now, I would still feel like the luckiest girl in the world. Oh my god, now I'm getting emotional. But seriously, everything is so good. I really do feel like the luckiest person, luckiest girl in the world. Um, big question, what's the next? And by big question, I mean my mom asked me that, and some other people, of course, asked me that because a lot of people were saying saving grace, like, this shouldn't be the end of it, we should definitely do more. I totally want to do more, of course, but what's next? I'm going to just keep writing in general, keeping me, keep keeping these good vibes going, but I am editing it a bit because I do wanna set it there's some things that lines that were thrown in there more collaboratively, and I think that made, like, a big touch of it, so I'm going to edit that, finally make it really nice, spruce it up. I do wanna submit it to theaters. That is the plan as of right now. But other than that, there is some more Cabbage House stuff on the horizon. We are planning for another salon, look for that in May. That'll be really cool. Just another place where people can get together, have some fun discussions, talk about this, talk about that. Have a nice little speaker. I've been working on something with someone, and the summer is fast upon us, and I'm really, really excited about it. So, salon coming up, and then there'll be probably some workshops. I really need to get into the planning of all that. Now that the play is done, of course, I have more space to think about some other things. So, if I have not responded to an email from you, don't worry. I'm responding to it sometime in the next 3 weeks. Thank you for listening to Artists Like Us, Artists Like Me. Nice 15-minute ish episode. And it's really just a nice little chat amongst friends. What's happening after this one? There'll be 2 more episodes of this season. and then I just need to take a break from the podcast. But it will be back because I still have a lot of episodes in the bank that are great that you need to hear. But for now, this one, and then another one, and then the season finale. Thank you, everyone. I love you.